Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday, and welcome to the All About Favor channel. I am your host for today, Pastor KZ. For those of you who are watching, feel free to send me an email, walkinfavor61@yahoo.com. Please thank you for subscribing to the video. Those of you who are watching for the first time, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. At the end of this video, as I always say, hit the thumbs up button, like the video, share it with other people, and put me some comments in the section below. Today, I want to speak with you from the scripture of Genesis chapter 37, beginning at verse 31 down through 35. You can read that scripture at your leisure. But I want to say this using this premise today. Sometimes things are not what they look like. It's not what it looks like. Now, Satan is a master with illusions. He's a master illusionist. Before there was David Copperfield or David Blaine or Houdini, there was Satan or Lucifer or the devil or the enemy, whatever you choose to call him. Let me lay some foundations here. The word illusion comes to mind for this lesson, and according to the Meridian Dictionary, illusion means the act of deceiving, to be misled. It diverts your attention away from what's really happening. You ever seen a magician? They always divert your attention so you can't really see what their hands are doing or what they're doing behind their coat or their hat. They're a master of diverting your attention or distracting you. That is what the enemy does. He distracts you, or he gets your attention away from what you should be paying attention to. So if you allow the enemy to distract you, you will get so caught up in the smoke and mirrors, and when you look back at what you thought was real, it's something altogether different. Altogether different. And what I'm saying to you is that is what the enemy specializes in. He takes a real situation and through falsehood and deception twists the truth. And today we are introduced or reintroduced, some of you, to a young man by the name of Joseph. His brothers had threw him in a pit, y'all know this story, and sold him into slavery. Now, watch what they do. Watch what they do next. They killed the goat. All of this, remember, is premeditated. They killed the goat and took Joseph's little coat with the blood in it, dipped it all in the blood, and they took it to their father, Jacob. And they said, "Here is the coat we found. We don't know who it belonged to, but we think it belongs to our brother Joseph, but we didn't know what to do after this when we found the coat." Now, they give this coat to their dad, and Jacob carefully examines the coat, and he said, "Yes, this is the coat." And he began to grieve, and he says, "It's my son's. I made it special for him. I already can see. I know an evil, ferocious beast has devoured him into pieces and torn him into pieces. This beast done came and killed my boy." Do you see the power of illusion at work here? The enemies in this case was Jacob's own brothers. Jacob's own sons, Joseph's brothers. They were real enemies, and they came and they presented false evidence that appeared real. And Jacob made his own assumption. Don't miss where I'm going with this today. He made an assumption based upon evidence that he saw. And the evidence was real enough to make him give an incorrect response. If somebody could have gotten to Jacob, they could have told him, "It's not what it looks like. You're being deceived." I'm talking to somebody today. It's not what it looks like. You are being deceived. Somebody is presenting false information to you that appears real. They are deceiving you. Let me say this. If Satan can cause you to believe a lie, it will destroy you. If Satan can cause you to believe a lie about something in particular, it can destroy that person. You know what? If you let Satan deceive you and bring illusions to you, you'll give up hope. You will surrender your power to him. I want you to look at Jacob for a moment in this. An otherwise strong-minded man. Jacob was a strong-minded man, very smart man, had good clarity of thought, but Satan knew his weakness, and he knew his weakness was his love for that boy. Y'all with me? Now, this is what the devil does, y'all. He used the closest things to Jacob, which was his sons. He used Joseph, brothers, to destroy him. These boys deceived their father, and he grieved 21 years thinking that his son was dead. Why? Because he saw a bloody coat. In other words, it was just an illusion. Let me give you a sidebar real quick. Satan's goal is to make you destroy yourself. Jacob sitting there grieving, 21 years crying his heart out, depressed, downtrodden, simply because he saw a coat that was bloody, and he made an assumption that it belonged to, that his son was destroyed. Yes, we know part of the evidence was true. It was the coat that he made for his son, but they never did have his body. He just assumed that. It never occurred to him that maybe Joseph just left his coat and an animal got it. He didn't even think that way. All he assumed was, yep, my son is dead. Let me say this. You've got to be careful with illusions. Satan can use these illusions, and his goal is to take something you love away from you. His goal is to cause you to act on an assumption and lose your faith. But you cannot surrender your mind to the devil, y'all. You cannot let the devil take over your mind. This is for two people watching in particular today. Satan has sent you an illusion, and you are looking at that situation from the wrong perspective. You are being misled. This is for two people in particular that I'm picking up in my spirit right now. You need to get away from that person or those persons who's feeding you false information. I need somebody in the back and somebody watching today and say, Pastor, you just spoke a word to me. Don't let the devil fool you. Don't listen to the wrong people. Don't have the wrong people in your ear. Everybody don't have your best interest at heart. I want to leave you with this thought for today. Don't let the enemy make you jump to the wrong conclusion. Just because something looks one way, it's not what it looks like all the time. See, Satan's desire is to get your attention off of what's really going on. He wants you to focus on your problems and focus on your situations and issues you got going on instead of focusing on your faith. You got to walk by faith and not by what you see. Don't let the devil trick you, because sometimes all you got is your faith. And I don't know about you, but somebody said to me, I ain't going to just step out on the nothing. But honey, if you're going to step out, then step out on faith. You ain't stepping out on nothing, because all I know is all these years we as a people have come this far by faith. That's how we still make it, leaning on the Lord and trusting in his holy word. He has never failed us yet. Jacob lost sight of his faith. He began to feed into and to focus on what was at hand, which was a bloody coat, but he didn't see a bloody body. Y'all, don't be tricked by the devil. Don't let the enemy fool you. You gonna make it. Everything gonna be all right. But for you watching today, don't let the devil distract you, and don't let him get your focus off. You got to stay focused, and you've got to still believe that God will turn that situation around you're in right now. You've got to walk in faith. If you don't have nothing else left, you have a measure of faith, then walk by it. Then step out on it. Do not give up. Hold on to your faith. If nothing else works, everything is not what it appears to be. You better pray and pray and pray over that situation, and let the spirit of discernment kick in and tell you, whisper in your ear, what they saying is an illusion, girl. What you looking at is not the way it really is. Thank you for watching today. I got to get ready, y'all, and go preach this morning. Have a wonderful day, and I pray that you walk in favor in spite of what you're going through. Have a wonderful Sunday, and be blessed in your going out and your coming in. I'll see you back Monday.